They'll lynch you, but he did, and he laughs.
Hi everybody, West and the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. If you're new in here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. Give it a bloody good subscribe. And hit the bell notification so you don't miss any time we put new content on. It's Monday, and you know what that means? It means it's Transfer Rumour Roundup. Roll titles, as Anton would say. And as I said, lots to talk about, as always, as we do on a Monday. We try and give you all the news, inverted commas, not comments, inverted commas, the news. Lots of rumours happening over the weekend, as always, and a few sort of more interesting than others. So we say that? Is that fair enough to say? Waiting on a certain Mr. Areola. That will be hopefully the next, apparently today or tomorrow, but I don't think it'll be today, surely. I don't know, he's just got back from his holidays. Bless him, he flew back last night. And obviously you see the clips of the players returning back from duty. Well, not all of them, obviously Declan and various of the international guys still not back until for a few weeks' time. For another couple of weeks, I think they've got off. So obviously the team up in Scotland. Anton hopefully be along and be turning up as always. And we'll be reporting back live, hopefully, from their training ground. Anyway, let's see what we've got. See, we've got loads of people ready. Let's see, we've got Toby's in. Planning my lunch. I'm never late. I'm never late. My name is not Anton. Happy afternoon. Afternoon, Sharky. Thought you would have heard the Areola, but no, nobody's. Sky reported anywhere between 8 to 12 million pounds is what we've heard of, or it might be 11 million euro or whatever. We don't know exactly, but I don't think we ever really truly. I thought it was 11 million, but someone said it was 8 million. Anyway, whatever it is, I think it's all signed, sealed, delivered. I just think it needs to be a bit like the whole Aguirre thing. It just needs to put the video package together. And obviously he's been on holiday with his kids, hasn't he? So he just got back yesterday. No official, indeed, not yet. Usual suspects in. Pete's in. Duke's in. Scott's in, rather. Duke is in. New balls. Obviously the weather's gone crap. It's dropped about 10 degrees, it seems, outside because Wimbledon started. So I'm just going through everyone talking to each other. Papa's in the house. Hope you're well, Papa. Pete Scott's got COVID. Oh, I hope you feel better, mate. Good luck to you. Means you have to watch more of the West Ham Network, amongst others. Oh my God, there's loads of comments already. Oh my God. We may well talk about here in a minute, Papa. Dangerous sods in the house. Whew. Expats in the house. What's that music you just played? I don't know. Some random stuff. Peach is in the house. Nice to see Peach. More chances of me getting with Karen Brady and us getting the title. Okay, fair enough. What we got? I'd like JWP to join, but I fear it will lead to Souček leaving. I think it would do. Love the shirt. Do you like it? I did it. I did it the other day. I did it over the weekend. That was my project. I've still got a few more to do. Hence, like there's a little gap here. And then someone else is helping me, and so then I'm going to be moving them a bit closer and a lot more. I like it. I think people moan about my backdrop. It was quite plain, so hopefully it's a little bit more encompassing. Hope you like it. REEVO likes it as well. Hope you will. Jack, if City got Phillips for 42, surely 50 bid will be at least ready for. We're going to talk about him in minutes. We'll talk about FFP tonight at 5:00 actually. Everyone's just talking to each other. I'm just letting. Any news on Sonny Perkins? No news at the moment. Loving the background. Thank you, Harry. Hope you're well, man. That's the end of the month. It's a financial cut-off signings this week. Indeed, a lot of clubs, as Jimmy says, a lot of clubs will not sign anyone until sort of the beginning of in terms of payday. Payday's gone for some people, so it means that they can then do it again. So that's why they have to pay any wages. So you'll see this week a lot of movement, I think, on certain players. Brian, hope you're well. Everyone's just saying hope you're well. If I've forgotten anyone, I do apologise, but I want to crack on because there's loads of people. Loved that back shirt. back shirt. What? Oh, the back bit. Yes, thank you, Cross. Yeah, as I said, I've been meaning to do it. Are these actual? These are actual kits. These are actual kits. Actual kits. You can see because like this one's a bit skew-if. You can see on the Alpari one, the lines are a bit squiff. So yeah, they are. Right, let's crack on. Gaz has asked about the Villarreal player. That's one of the main ones that have come up in the last sort of 24 hours. So we'll start with him. Good morning, Mustard Man Gaming. Hope you're well. Lots of new names. Yeah, the BA that's a fake one. I'll be honest, that's a fake one. But I'm working. Someone else is helping me getting some extra shirts. So this is gonna. But I'm just doing home shirts because I could go really crazy with the away shirts. But anyway, what is that shirt about? You look like about to start buzzing. Well, pink, Jim. Make the boys wink. Thank you. Right, okay. So let's start with the Villarreal striker. So, well, Villarreal forward in Dan Juma. Let's start with him. So reports over the weekend that West Ham could be looking at La Liga star Armand Danjuma for £23 million less than his £62 million release clause, and he wants a return to England. The Guardian, amongst another of other news outlets, reporting last night that West Ham was seriously looking at the Dutch forward. Moyes has been a fan of the player since he tore Ben Johnson a new one in a pre-season game a few years ago when he was playing for Bournemouth. Indeed, West Ham were linked with Danjuma before he went to Villarreal, when he left for Bournemouth for Spain last summer. Was it summer before last? He can play on both wings, and he's often used as a striker for Villarreal as well. So again, that sort of type of thing Moisey loves, doesn't he? He's very, very quick, very, very tricky. But rather than buying Danjuma, which was around 20 million quid, I think you went to Villarreal, we bought Vlasic for 30. So yeah, but there seems to be some good news for West Ham in the region of landing the player. In terms of developments, could get him for, as I said, £23 million less than his £62 million release clause. You do the maths. Yahoo Sport claimed the fee Villarreal want is expected to be about 38 million quid. In a recent interview for 90 Minutes, Danjuma basically admitted he would relish a move back to England and says his family are living here and that he wants to eventually go back to the UK. His agent said on radio last month that a move could be on the cards, 50-50 chance it was at the time. And it appears also that Villarreal have recently started looking for his replacement. I think it's All Nigeria Sport claim that the Liga side want to sign Almira centre forward Umar Sadiq. Can't be Sadiq in preparation for his exit. So the stars could be aligning, maybe. In terms of the old Bud and Rumour rating, I've put Danjuma down as 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Meh. I give him a meh. I can see why the dots have been joined a little bit. Considering if we were apparently looking at him before he went to Villarreal. But I think there's so many. I mean, predominantly he can play on the left, and I mean he can play all across the front three. So you can see why people would be interested in him, and why maybe David Moyes could be interested in him because of that diversity in terms of the fact that he's versatile. But we'll see. What we got in? He was the best player in the championship. He certainly was. GP's in the chat. Danjuma was class. Blue Oyster shirt. That is an old reference for anyone who used to watch Police Academy. Have you watched Glastonbury? I've been really into it. Next year, I want to go. Waste of money, 35 million, says 4D. Daniela's, it's holiday time. It is certainly holiday time. Not for me. What we got here? Duke says that Vlasic won't cost us anywhere. No, it isn't. It's about 80 million quid. But in terms of the price of the package, you were right there, my friend. Garino, hope you're well. Proper strikers needed, says Pete. No, but I don't think we're gonna get. If we get a striker, I never think we're gonna get an out and out striker. Because Moisey likes to flip them all around a little bit, don't he? Afternoon, Mike. Hope you are well, my friend. Villarreal want to make Lo Celso permanent as Clips, wouldn't it? So would need to make it happen. Hope you're well, Clips. Good to see you. Did anything happen about that? Did you manage to get that thing sorted? Let me know. Right, let's move on. Let's talk about Cullen. Let's talk about Josh bloody Cullen. Now, we've mentioned it before, and actually Harry's in the chat. Harry, H. Peters, West Ham fan channel, he did a thing about Cullen recently, and the stars have aligned a little bit, it seems. Apparently West Ham are looking at the potential to maybe bring Cullen back to the London Stadium in the summer. That's according to a report in iNews, who claim that the Hammers could face competition from Burnley for the 26-year-old midfielder's signature this summer. Obviously, with Vincent Kompany, his former Anderlecht manager, now being the manager of Burnley, it was sort of assumed that, yeah, he could go to Burnley, but apparently West Ham are looking at him as well. He's obviously was with West Ham since he was a young boy, before he left to join Anderlecht. He's earned rave reviews since he's been out there. He's been praised by several news outlets out there, including Vincent Kompany as well, saying how great he has been. Who claim have seen his value triple over the past year. It claims that West Ham and Burnley are both eyeing up a potential deal. Considering West Ham's lack of options in the middle, it wouldn't be the worst idea. Obviously not as a starter, but I think if you could get the prices right, he comes into the system. He knows West Ham. He's a West Ham boy, Essex boy, West Ham fan. That sort of continuity, not saying he's Mark Noble Mark II, but having someone like Josh Cullen, who's a West Ham fan, may not be a bad thing. He understands the club. He knows the club inside out. He knows what it is to win. He knows what it is to be a West Ham fan. I believe he's captained Anderlecht as well on several occasions as well. So I can understand again why these rumours are sort of coming out, because we've obviously kept an eye on him as well since he's moved out there. I mean, James thinks he'd be class. Jordan thinks he'd be a good shout as well. What we got here? Cullen midfield next season. Well, you got impossible. I mean, it could be possible. You're totally right. It could be with Coventry coming in as well. Obviously, he's training with the first team. If you go and watch the video, you've got a little YouTube clip of their first day back at training. So he was doing that quite a lot. So and he was featured quite heavily in terms of kind of Coventry there. So you never know. And I think he wouldn't cost the world. So he could be a shrewd squad signing, I think, with Josh. I'd put him for a 7 out of 10, because I could see that happening. I really, really could. So we'll see. Good for the bench, but not for first. And that's exactly what I mean, Fordy. I think in terms of improving our, he's got experience playing in a European league, a different league to the Premier League now. So we shall see. Let's move on to our next one. Our next one is Pellegrini. So obviously we've spoken about him several times. There's been a lot of interesting news about him. Apparently West Ham have allegedly made an offer. Apparently, West Ham, we've bid for Luca Pellegrini, according to reporting Corriere dello Sport, who on Saturday, in their newspaper, claimed that West Ham are in pole position to sign him. They reckon the Hammers are leading the race to sign the left back from Juventus. In fact, the publication suggests that West Ham have made an important offer for the Italian already. I think he'd be a very good player. To get an important signing. You see, with obviously Areola is going to be confirmed in the next couple of days. Him, you've got Aguerd, you've got Zuma, you've got Ben Johnson / Ashby for the right back position in the next few years after Soufal. Then you've got the left back position and Pellegrini coming in there. That could be your back four for 5 years. It reckons that we've bid 8.5 million quid this summer. That was last week, they reckoned. We put that bid in terms of Gazzetta dello Sport, which seems a bloody good value. Seems a bit too cheap. For my liking. He's got bags of pace, very able defender, lights going forward, that sort of modern forward sort of thinking defender. And it's an area we need to improve on. Budden's Rusty Rumour rating, the original Rumour rating, goes for 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Right, let's have a quick look, see what we've got in the chat, what people say. Chat, if you squint with your eyes, Russ looks topless. Oh, yeah, there we go, very funny. Was your son, would you prefer him to join West Ham or Burnley? West Ham. I wish Belotti was signed. Me too, but it's all gone quiet. Belotti would prefer Ron. But still think it's Ram's going to cost you 25, 30 million quid. If Pellegrini costs 10 million quid, and then you can reallocate that 15, 20 million pounds elsewhere, I don't think that's a bad thing. He's 23, so he's got plenty of time ahead of him. That's what I think. Sure, everyone's talking to each other again. I love it when everyone talks to each other. Pellegrini or Ram. For me, Ram would be the first choice, but I don't. But I think there's gonna be a lot more teams looking. I mean, I'd take Ram. You're totally right. Be very happy for Cullen to come back. We have had bid on eBay for players still well not get them indeed. Ram is certainly class indeed. Defo prefer Russ over Anton. Dead fish in a tank isn't romantic, and this takes us back. One of my favourite shirts. That one is that Alpari one. As I said, I'm getting some more shirts in this, and then we're going to make the gaps a little bit smaller, so you can put more on there. Maybe even put a few on this wall as well. Who knows? Diop will go. He could. I think he would do. Because now we've got 4 centre backs. Well, 5 including Diop. I think he will do. And let's move on. Let's move on to Dzeko. Right, this is a silly one. I'm just putting it out there. It's not going to happen. And in fact, I mean, but it was reported, so we're going to be talking about it. Edin Dzeko doesn't want to join West Ham in the summer. Okay, there we go. As he potentially faces being edged out at Inter Milan, Inter sold Lukaku to Chelsea in the summer and decided to sign Dzeko from Roma for a relatively cheap replacement, where Lukaku struggled really badly at Chelsea, and is now obviously on the verge of re-signing on loan. And also Inter trying to buy Dybala or trying to get him on a free transfer. So it looks like Dzeko will be looking elsewhere for his football. Now, Tuta Mikata Web reported that Dzeko could be flogged, but so far he isn't keen on leaving Inter Milan. It was suggested that West Ham and Valencia were 2 clubs looking at Dzeko, but he isn't interested in either of them. Big doo-doo. The report adds that it looks like only Juventus will be able to prize Dzeko, who's 36, away from Inter Milan. Until Dzeko leads and takes his considerable wages with him, Inter's incoming business will be a bit unclear, so they need to get him. He remains a prolific goal. He's 36. Last season, he bagged 17 goals and 10 assists for a 36-year-old. He may not fancy West Ham, but I'd be surprised if West Ham fancied him, to be honest, despite his goal-scoring record being 36 years old, man. This is never going to happen, but I just thought I'd report it. Russell Rumour rating, literally, I think it's the first time I've ever given it. Where is it? I gave it nothing at all. Totally stupid. Got West Ham written all over it, says Harry. Old school, definitely old school. He's been great yet, but no. I don't know where Sam says it's a win-win indeed. He doesn't want to come, but we might have wanted him. Who knows? I have the gas man and he's West Ham. Come on the gas man. Come on, you Irons. Nice to know. Dzeko couldn't hit a ball's arse with a banjo. So exactly. And then he tore it up in Syria. I'd take Zlatan over. I think we all would, to be honest. Rice going to Chelsea and swap deal for 2 players plus cash. No, not going to happen, Paul. Not going to happen. Expect Lingard as offer was made before he went on holiday. Apparently not recently. Technically his contract doesn't run out with Man United until the end of this month. So, and again, as Jimmy said right at the beginning, a lot of it's because payday's gone, or payday is going this week. You'll get a lot more people signing this week because they'll get a full month's pay when they come into West Ham. They sort of saved the month's pay. They haven't had to pay them for June, but they can pay them for July. If that makes sense. 36 years old, and he was 27 goal contributions last year in Serie A. Mental. Fair play to him, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. Right, let's move on to our next one. Talking from one ex-Premier League player to another ex-Premier League player. Gini Wijnaldum. Apparently West Ham and Everton are both keeping close tabs. What does that actually mean? Keeping close... You hear that phrase used quite a lot. They just sort of, just keeping close tabs on the Paris Saint-Germain midfielder. West Ham, obviously, we're looking to strengthen in that midfield. Obviously with Mark Noble, sadly no longer with us, having retired, and Alex Kroll as well. Not although technically we still have him for another 30 days. Have September, April, June, 3 days. So not going to happen, is it? Not going to happen. But according to a report last week, Paris Saint-Germain would prefer to sell Wijnaldum on a permanent basis rather than go out on loan. However, the Dutch international still has 2 years left in his contract on his present deal, and a move away from Paris Saint-Germain seems more likely than a permanent deal, particularly because he's 31. He went on a 3-year deal last season from Liverpool after enjoying great success with Liverpool. But found necessary the grass wasn't green on the other side, struggled in the Paris Saint-Germain side, and a player of his quality, it's really disappointing to see he's not playing to the quality, and he struggled for regular games this season. Now, for me, also as a World Cup year as well, did Holland? Yeah, they qualified, didn't they? So anything's possible. He's capable of playing as defensive midfield or conventional box to box. Great, it still has a great engine. Can chip him with a few crucial goals as well. I think a loan deal could be a clever little thing. It might, for me, a loan deal could. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? I could see a loan deal being more interesting than necessarily anything else. I'm going to give him 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 on the Rusty Rumour rating. Papa gave him 2 out of 10. There we go. Back to Newcastle then, I reckon. Maybe. Good day, Kieran. Hope you're well. Wijnaldum would improve any squad, but I can't see him coming to us. He'd cost a fortune and expect massive wages. Don't want him. No. But it's an area we need to improve on. And maybe if you have Souček and Rice as you're starting two, a loan signing and Josh Cullen, that could give you your cover for Noble and Kroll. Maybe, I don't know. It was a bit anonymous. I thought he was loan to buy for Ginger. I think I wouldn't want to put the buy in because he's 31, 32. I don't know. Too much in wages to take. We're shocked we managed to get him in. Yeah, I know what you mean. It would be a marquee signing. It'd be a good signing. I think it'd be a good signing for us. But I just can't see it happening, to be honest, in all honesty. Right, let's move on. Let's move on like Donkey Kong. Who is next? Where is it? Let's go next. Next, we have some guys you never heard of. Just a few guys you never heard of. So we're going to start with... how do we pronounce that? So Bordeaux striker Hwang Yi-jo. We'll call him Hwang. He's apparently Bordeaux striker Hwang is keen on a move to the Premier League, with West Ham apparently the only English side interested in signing him, according to Football Asia. The French club are in desperate need of cash as they face the threat of being relegated to the third tier of French football because of financial reasons, following their legitimate relegation from the top division in the last season. As a result, their top scorer is attracting plenty of interest from clubs across Europe, with Football Asia gaining an exclusive interview with former Japanese manager Philippe Troussier, and he reports that Porto, apparently the latest side to enter the race. No other Premier League club has looked at him. Is that a reason? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? In the 29-year-old South Korea international, despite him being available for around 6 to 7 million quid this summer. And last year, in a very poor Bordeaux side, he contributed with 11 goals. So not a bad return. Now, it's one of those... because he's 29, I'm going to say no. But I think that for me, there could be... it could be a smart... It won't be the worst idea, particularly. He is available for relatively cheap. Yeah, basically, I think you make your money back on him. You make your money back in him for the wrong reasons. Not necessarily for football reasons, maybe. I mean, he's a good player. He contributes. He has scored a lot of goals. But obviously, his appeal in terms of expanding into the Asian market. Don't shoot me, but that's probably one of the things why people are looking at him. I mean, look at someone like Son, for example, and how much exposure he gets or Tottenham get in the South Korean market because of him. It could be the same thing. You know, we could expect commercial revenue to rocket in shirt sales and memorabilia relating to Jijo if they got him in. You know, it's very similar to now. You know, we've got when we had the Algerian fans with Ben Rama, we've got the Moroccan fans now with Agerd. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, I put him down for a 6 out of 10 because he is a good player as well, but he is 29, and straight away that sort of puts a red flag in my peripherals. No one wants him for a reason. Good point. No one's but it. Surprised Russ is doing the show. Thought it was on Love Island during the summer. Oh no, I've been kicked out. Where do you come from? Where do you come from? Juan Yinjo, very good. Why not? Why do we not sign players from Korea? So much energy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's a key. That's there is a key. You know, it's 6 point. So say 7 million quid. He's a striker, but he's 29. But you'd make that money almost instantly, wouldn't you? Back. I know it's a wrong way to think about it, but I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. If he's anything like Spud's son, worth a bid. That's what I mean. Son, look at him. Look at how well he's been playing. He's a fantastic player. Could be another hidden gem. Could be. And you see, like Wolves when they signed Huang, he was really good for them. What we got in Moroccan fan base has gone up to 3 since the signing of Maguire. There we go. Cheapest names get printed on a shirt since Denver Bar. There we go. Good to know. Why is my thing all not working? There we go. It's better. The lad Ito. Yeah, it's good shout. He was a great player. Anyway, can't wait for the start of the season. Well, I think now the players coming back as well. We're getting there now. Let's move on to who is next. Let's have a look. Let's talk about the May. One more random. Then we'll talk about the May ones. And some people have asked about it in the chat already. Yuri Alberto. Now, apparently, West Ham are trying to sign the talented Zenit St. Petersburg striker Yuri Alberto this summer, according to a report from OL Esporte, who claim the Hammers could face competition from Brazilian side Corinthians for the 21-year-old forwards strikers signature this summer. The article claims that the 21-year-old Brazilian forward is very much on the Hammers' radar this transfer window. He's valued apparently around 15 million quid, but could be available for a lot less. Obviously, with foreign players definitely desperate to get out and away from clubs in Russia and Ukraine. Could be a good signing. 21. He's young. He's Brazilian as well. He's a very pacey striker, clinical finisher, and very hard working as well. As those sort of, I look at sort of people like Carlos Tevez was for us. Very hard working in terms of chasing down defenders and hurrying him along a bit. He makes tireless runs into the channels, apparently. Very Antonio-esque. And to date, he has bagged 37 goals, 10 assists in 116 games, which ain't too bad for a 21-year-old. Imagine a lot of those 116 games aren't going to be starts either. 15 million quid? Yeah. Don't think it's a bad thing. Russie B gives it a 4 out of 10 because I don't know how it all is working in Russia at the moment, to be honest. I don't know how don't think we can still. I just don't know how it works. Wouldn't give Russia. Yeah, exactly. So whether we can, I don't know how it works yet. Are clubs allowed to do business? I don't know. How can we pay through without any getting through without? Indeed, I don't know. Russ loves a Brazilian. You know it. And if you love a Brazilian, Manscaped, 20% off at checkout. Just use the code West Ham Network. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he looks great. I mean, doing a bit of research on him, he looks like a great player, but I don't know how it all works. So I'd love to see it happen, but I don't know if it would. to be honest. But then you look at other teams like Shakhtar Donetsk. Tete is now he's gone back. I don't know how that works now. And obviously, was it Benfica signed David Neres from Shakhtar Donetsk this summer already? So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Right, let's talk about JWP. Let's talk about JWP. Now, West Ham apparently, according to Darnesh, Sky Sports is Darnesh. He's wanted by West Ham, but it's all about the price tag. It's all about the money. We don't want your money. Well, Southampton might not want your money if it's not enough. They reckon 70 million quid. Clarence Hugh reckon it's 70 million quid is his price tag. You look at Calvin Phillips. I think the fact that Calvin Phillips going for 45 million sort of puts a bit of a stick in the ground, really. I mean, he's 27, where Calvin Phillips is 26. I want to say. I mean, he's still contracted at Southampton for another 4 years. Obviously, he's been capped by England 11 times. But Darnesh reckons we have a long-standing interest in him. He's a captain as well, which Moyes loves signing captains. We know how apparently West Ham are aware of how difficult this will be to get this done. But never say never, as Darnesh says. West Ham will look like they're going to go for it this summer. I love him. I think he's a great player. I think it's going to be difficult. I think it's going to be difficult to get him. I mean, yeah, Pep reckons he's the best free kick taker he's seen, which is incredible. Can't see it. Have we got? Just get quiet. Would be a class signing and show he wants it. Yep, can't see him coming. I mean, to be honest, he will only come in if Souček goes, because I can't see him being a place for him in that side with Souček there. Now, if Souček does go, then I could see them putting that money that Souček money plus. I mean, say if it was. I'm picking numbers out. I mean, what do I know? I'm sitting in front of you wearing a pink t-shirt. What do I know? But for me, you're thinking if he's 20 million, if say Souček goes for 30 million quid, right? That money, or say 35 million, 35 for Souček, right? Then we have to put 35 million from our kitty, 35 million, 70 million. Now that doesn't seem too much of a stretch. I don't think we'd buy him without Souček going. That's what I say. Same as Pegads. Goes for 30, I can see. Yeah, that's what I mean. Afternoon, Dave. Hope you're well. 0 chances, Patrick. 0 chance. There we go. Oh my God, everything's jumped. 60 million. Nearly spilt my tea. 27, 4 years. I mean, he is a good player, but I think you're looking at, realistically, 50 to 60 million, I'd say, rather than 70 million. Southampton want astronomical money. I mean, he's their captain, isn't it? I mean, we want 150 million quid for Declan Rice, don't we? So that's what we want. So why shouldn't Southampton ask for top dollar? And that would be top dollar, 70 million quid in it. Particularly when you look at someone like Calvin Phillips go for 45. I've basically put, for me, I've put a 6 out of 10 because I would like him, but I think chances could be more like a 3 out of 10. There needs to be extra. It's like a domino effect, in my opinion. What we got here? What about, we spoke about Josh right at the beginning. Ralph, go and check it out. I think we could get him a 50 million. Who knows? I would love to get him in. I think him and Declan Rice as a pair in the middle, amazing. And he wants football as well. He needs football, and he needs to get into that World Cup squad as well. Him, Declan, and Bowen, three West Ham players in the World Cup squad. We've won the World Cup. People aren't thinking about these things. Never in a month of Sundays, says Paul. There we go. Never in a month of Sundays. Don't want to sell. In the same way that we don't want to sell Rice. So that's why we put 150 million quid on, isn't it? Same thing. What we got here? would be, so it keeps jumping, would be a lit signing, bruv. There we go. Still can't understand why he signed such a long contract. If he wants to leave a bigger club. I don't think he wants to leave a bigger club. I think he's quite happy at Southampton. But offers Souček plus 10 minutes. Oh, that's Papa. Nice. Keep Souček as Jason. Can't see JWP and Jesse in the same window. I can, because I think Jesse is, for me, Jesse's is on there's sort of banks. There's defensive bank, then you've got the Rice Souček sort of defensive midfielder bank, then you've got the forward bank, and Jesse's in the forward bank, and we need a forward bank. And I said bank. Hi Pat, can't see Prosty coming. I think we'd want to allow Souček to go further. Maybe, but I can't see us getting both. Moyes going for a more possession-based side. Then, well, I mean, with Mark Warburton coming in, his style of football is very much, more possession-based rather than counter-attacking. So maybe someone like Jado, you can see Aguerd as well. That's more possession. He likes to play football. And with Mark Warburton coming in, we shall see. Plus, if we get an upgrade, we'll need someone to take free kicks. Good bloody point. Good point. Do we sell Ben Rama to finance that? Could do. I think there's an argument that Rice isn't working anymore. I like both, but something needs to happen. I'm very similar to you. I don't think it's not clicking. Something's not clicking. I don't know what it is. But anyway, can we put a clause into that restricts him to a maximum of 5 dance moves a season or 5 TikToks a season? That'd be nice. Right, let's talk about Eriksen. So obviously we've been heavily linked with Eriksen. And once again, we've been joined by Newcastle in the race to sign Eriksen, who is one of their transfer targets as well. That's according to a report from the Times, who claim Newcastle have entered the race and are very keen to sign him on a free transfer. And that could be a huge blow for West Ham. Obviously they're going to be able to provide the finances in terms of offering better wages. Obviously he'll be a tremendous signing for whichever club. It's one of 4 clubs. I think it's between Man United, Brentford, us and Newcastle, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. There's the sentimental will be to stay at Brentford. The ambition maybe to go to Man United and play at Man United, play still a massive club on paper, be part of the project at Newcastle, or going to a side at West Ham, which is clearly making inroads. We're maybe a season or so further down the line than Newcastle are. I don't know. I'd love him. I think he'd make a massive difference for us. He's a top player. And yes, he's 30, but I think he would make a huge difference. I can't see this happening. I'll be totally honest, because I think there's too many clubs competing, and I think Newcastle will blow us out of the water. I put 4 out of 10 because, I don't know. I'd love him, but yeah, I just can't see it. You're right, actually, Jason. Spurs are interested as well, but they've called a little bit. So yeah, it does seem to be one of 4. I think they've, with the likes of Perisic and various others coming in, I think there's not. I can't really see where Eriksen would fit in that side at the moment for Spurs. But I think for Brentford, obviously he was there with them last season. I can see there's a space for us, that Lanzini space, that 10 space. Sorry, Happy Emirates, but I think he'd be an upgrade to Lanzini. But Newcastle just got the dollar, haven't they? They just got the dollar. What we got here? Newcastle transfer policy copy West Ham or Aston Villa. With 26 squad, maybe wild card available for England. There is. It's crazy at the moment. And they don't have to take, it's just they can all be on the bench and stuff as well. It's weird. Christian Eriksen is a top player. Imagine him at West Ham spraying passes all over the pitch. Proper quality. Could you imagine Danjuma, Lingard, Eriksen, Antonio, and Broja? Amazing. There's been no new stuff about Broja in the last couple of days. But we know that we were interested in. But I know that Tuchel's apparently is looking at him during the pre-seasons. Which is fair enough. Everyone's talking to each other, so I'm just letting everyone talk to each other, which is lovely. I'm confused because the Sky, because Newcastle are involved, and we have, and X has said we've put in, but so's everyone, it seems. That's what we know. Okie dokie. Right. One more. And I've heard very little of this player. But apparently Jesse Lingard. Apparently, and Anton did a show on Saturday about it. Apparently, we've opened Roshane Thomas, friend of the channel, the Athletics Roshane Thomas, who I always like listening to. He's great articles and stuff. Apparently, West Ham have opened talks to sign him. That's Roshane's come out, and it's been on. It was reported on the BBC website today as well. However, they're still very much at an early stage. An offer has been made to Lingard of his contract expiring at the end of June. Obviously, hardly played any football this season. You know, we could obviously start. We tried to sign him twice now. The first one in the summer was last year, was based on his decision that he wanted to try and progress at Man United. Ollie had assured him game time. That didn't work out. Ollie had left. Ralph took over. Then January came and Ralph didn't want to sell him to a rival about unless it was 20 million quid. So that was more the club's doing by all accounts. And then Jesse wanted to run his contract down, so he's got to pick. It's going to come down to wages. The same way with Areola. You know, that originally that was 125 grand a week. Whether we're paying that, I don't know. I don't know what our wages are going to be. But yeah. If it happens, obviously, I'd like him to come in. I just think he's got a bit of spark about him. I think, not to the detriment of other people coming in, but I think he'd keep Deck happy as well. Deck's lost a couple of his mates, and it's not just signing him to keep Declan happy, but with the likes of Fredericks, who was a good friend of his, and Mark Noble, who was he looked up to Mark Noble. It's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing getting Jesse in, I think. And people are like criticising him. You know, to be honest, the decisions he made a decision last year, and that was fair enough. Fair enough. You know, it's your boyhood club, and you've got the chance to play. You know, Ollie's. How does he know that Ollie's wasn't going to go through with what he said? And he didn't. So, and then Ralphie said, right, okay, well, I'm off. I'm going to put 8 out of 10 because I can see this one happening. I can see Areola coming in, and then I can see Lingard coming in next, in all honesty. Let's see what we got in the chat. What we got here? Still want Lingard and him to clear up the frenzy over him recently. Rush, you have more viewers than Talk TV. Nice, good to know. Lingard pass, move on to someone else. I wouldn't go that's the thing. It would be an inquiry. You know, if he wasn't interested, if he just turns us down, move on. Do you know what I mean? There's other fish to fry. But I think he would bring in that. He would definitely bring in quality. And I mean, he's all but given up on England now, really. But a good couple of months, couple of injuries. It could be a spot. If he hits the ground running, he'd have to come from August. From August, that first game, hits the ground running. He's got 3 months, I reckon. But and again, could be three England players. The England squad win the World Cup. People I'm thinking about this would take him any day of the week. Only thing is, of course, just his wages. I think that's the issue: is wages. Do what Abdul says and hit the like button. But that's what I mean about wages. For me, it's you don't want it to blow out the water. And obviously we've obviously freed up a lot of wages. FFP isn't going to be I haven't read the full article, but isn't going to be as stringent. It's about pillars now. I don't really understand how it works, but I'm going to read that later on and report that back at 5:00 tonight with Hammer's headlines. But it's about the structure, and particularly when you're trying to negotiate contracts with the likes of Souček, with the likes of Bowen, with the likes of Ben Johnson, with the likes potentially of Declan Rice as well. You know, by saying, he's going to be, if he's on 180 or 150, I want to be on that. Then you start getting a bit weird. What we said, no matter what you say, Lingard is still a quality player. He's still a good player. Lingard will last 150 feet, indeed. Played great for us, but I feel he could use the funds on Brozier. I think we've got funds to get both of them. That's what I think. He's 30 this year. His form faded in the second half of his stint with us. I prefer younger and hungrier. I think Grumpy, I think you're totally right, mate. I think he sort of, because he hadn't played for so many games, he was almost running on adrenaline when he played for us. And then it sort of died down as he's like, his body sort of caught up with him. He's still got a lot of miles on the clock. Did Lings ever come and say he didn't want to? No, he didn't. He didn't. And I think it was just, as you said, I think once was his decision to stay at Man United, and I would agree. It's his club. I think we'd all do the same for our club. And then the second was them basically saying no. What we got here? Think we are now spending the Declan Rice money a year early. Nope, I don't think we are, or maybe next year, but I don't see him going just yet. Not this year. People forgetting the goal Lingard scored for us lost. Yeah. That goal cost us Europa League. Think about it. Those points. That cost us Europa League, that game. Unbelievable. If we were priced out of a Brozier deal, who would be your next realistic... Well, the one I wanted is just Nottingham Forest, which I'm really pissed off about, in terms of Tuani. In terms of old Teo, I liked him. For me... But again, striker's a funny thing, innit? The word striker's a funny thing nowadays. I like Danjuma. I watch a lot of La Liga, and he's been very good. And I think for him, he would be a good player and a bit exciting player. And that's what we want to see. We want to be excited. You want to watch good football. And I think with Danjuma, but he wouldn't necessarily be a striker. He'd be a forward. I think, realistically, I think you look at someone like Dennis as a goal scorer. But then for me, I still fancy Belotti. I think Daki would be a great sign. Yeah, but he's at Leicester, isn't he? And that never worked, did it? Never really worked. Lewis Potter is a top prospect. No, yep, totally. Tony or Gabigol. Wolves are looking at Gabigol at the moment, it seems. Rushy said Belotti. I always say Belotti. That's the thing. We don't really know how much intent players are before they transfer. Can't judge a player before he rejects it. Whole country will be on strike soon, so striker isn't a funny word. Just waiting for the day we sign an American. Well, we have signed Americans before. We signed likes of Ian Foyer and Jonathan Spector and John Harkes. Steve Potts, technically. Bring back Andy Carroll, says Paul. There we go. I hope we get a striker in. Tony would be ideal. Yeah, I can't see Brentford doing business. Not really. Anyway, as I said, if anyone's got a bit of spare time tonight, and fancy, listen to we did our last of our next series in Hammers in Hot Water. We did one about Marco Boogers, the Boogers man cometh. Which was quite fun. We'll have another one this weekend, which will be probably on Danny, the original Portuguese superstar. So forget your Cristiano Ronaldo's. We'll have Dani. He was brilliant. And some great comments. What we got here? I would have Calvin Lewin. Yeah. Knows the back of the net, really. Let's be honest, he does. Are we still linked with Nesri? Apparently so. Balotelli, could you imagine? No, thank you. Rico Henry, he is a very, very good player. Will we be getting? Hopefully, we're trying to get people on every week if we can. Danny's on our list. Seems to be the fan favourite for second choice. I think Belotti would be. Saw Belotti at Wembley against Arsenal, and that really put me off. Skamaka, we might talk about him today at Hammer's Headlines, because they sort of given us, apparently we're not concerned with the price tag for Skamaka. But I know what you mean. Interesting. What's your views on Josh Cullen? We said it at the beginning, Ralph. I won't mind him in, actually. If it's under, like, I don't know what it would cost. Under 10 million, 8 million? Maybe. Wouldn't mind that. I think it'd be a shrewd buy, because he already knows West Ham. He knows it all. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to You have to sort of keep it going. It's not a good shout for no Mitrovic. No, Mitrovic falls between that gap between the Championship and the Premier League. He's too good for the Championship. He's not good enough for the Premier League, and I think he's a bit much of a liability. Lee Buchanan from Derby, yes, Kent. There's a bit of problem at the moment with his contract, isn't it? In that Derby have exercised a new. I would leave Lee away at the moment. I'd leave him be because apparently there's some contract negotiations issues there. So in that they've activated his 1 year contract, but he thinks, well, because you went into administration, might be a bit messy. Aaron Hickey's a great player. Raspadori, yeah, I mean, they're two very different players. Raspadori is more sort of Tevez-like, but Skarmaki, you're talking about a striker. You know, he's number 9, he wears a number 9 shirt for Italy and scored some good goals. Anyone know if we have any convictions with David? I know it was a connection with David. Jonathan David. Oh, yeah, I'd like him. But he's going to be, I think you're looking at about 40-50 million quid for him, in all honesty. Want Brozier, I do love a beast. Well, Skarmaka's a bit of a beast, I'll be honest. If they have a pulse and 2 legs, we are linked. Sounds great. Skarmaka has the Canio vibes. He does. The Canio / Diamante vibes as well. He's got that sort. He's got crazed eyes. I'd like that. What do you think, Wolverton? Absolutely phenomenal signing. For 2 reasons. One is no one knew about it, which I loved. And it just shows sometimes that we can do stuff under the radar. Considering apparently he's going to become Birmingham City manager, and he was in talks with Birmingham City, and that fell through. And then apparently he was then offered West Ham assistant manager, or assistant first team coach, and he jumped to the chance. And apparently a lot of the staff didn't realise either. It was sort of like literally done. Loved it. But I think just because of what he brings, he was part of the Brentford stuff. He was part of Brentford, that initial setup. He's won trophies. I know, albeit not in Premier League, but he's got a very expansive style of football. You talk to anyone I know a couple of players who worked with Mark, and they rave about what a great player, what a great manager he was. So yeah. Apparently, Ravel is off to Sunderland. Fair play to him. Eddie Nketiah, no, he signed his new deal with Arsenal. He's got the number 14 shirt. He's got the what's it called? I can't think of the name. What's his name? Thierry Henry number. Watkins is still the main man for me. Yeah, but I can't see Villa working with us, to be honest. He's sort of replacing Pearce, not actually direct replacement, but I think actually he's an improvement, I'll be honest. Skarmaka is incredibly mobile for someone 6'5". Hard not to compare him to Ibrahimovic. Wow. Do you think Wolverton will roll over for Moyes? No. I don't want him to. I don't think Stuart Pearce did either. I don't think Kevin Nolan does. I don't think Billy McGinley does. I don't think any of them do, really. And that's what they're all proper football men. And Mark Wolverton is a proper football man. I think it's great. No, I was talking about Wolverton. Oh, I don't like Wolverton bread. There we go. More like Ashton doing an exclusive fish bowl. No, well, hopefully Anton will be here. We're doing it probably Wednesday. Maybe. Gabigol with loan to an auction if he does well. If he scores over 100 goals in less than games, it's definitely worth the risk. I always, if it was cheap enough, I would definitely get him. Definitely. He's a great forward. Russ, what's going on with the Burnley forward? I think his name is Cornet. Well, obviously, and Kent in the chat will know, Scott Twine, who I really rate. He's gone to Burnley. 4 million quid, something like that. So that frees up a space, whether it's Cornet or whether Dwight McNeil either as well, maybe. Say we was to sign Dan Juma, who would you drop? Benny. Similar, but he's got more pace than Benny. Very good money man. He knows. Yeah, he does. He made a lot of money in football before he went back into football. Definitely. He's a very good trader. A lot of the QPR lads loved Warburton. I know there's a lot. The younger yacht and the Kenilworth players respect him as well. Do you think we'll see Mark working for the club this year, or do you think he'll take some time away? I think a little bit. I think he'll take some time away. Still like Brownhill. Yeah, Josh Brownhill. I mean, he's out of contract, 26 out of contract. Defoe said he would come out of retirement to play for us. There we go. Job done. What sort of manager coach just follows all who go without a brain? Oh, how does? Rangers will fill the force, indeed. Right, anyway, I've got to shoot, ladies and gentlemen. Look, it's been mental. Thank you so many comments. Apologies if I can go through any comments. Some new names. If you like what you see, please come and join us and become a channel subscriber. If you look down there and the channel where it says subscribe is red, it means you're not subscribed. So if you click it, it goes grey. How exciting. So then you're subscribed. And if you hit the bell icon next to it, you won't miss any time we come on and go live. And I said, Anton will hopefully be doing some stuff from St Andrews maybe in the next couple of days as well. You don't want to miss any of that, and any of the other content we've got coming up. We'll be having Hammers Headlines at 5 o'clock tonight. Some good stories there, so make sure you check that out. And obviously we've had a few stories over the weekend. Anton did a few bits about Lingard, about Mark Warburton. We did obviously Marco Booger's story as well, so loads of cool stuff. So make sure you do it, or maybe become a channel member. If Smudger is watching, Smudger, I'm talking directly to you. You won last month's, or you won June's rather, draw to win the signed McAviney and Tony Cottee print. Please email me so I can send it to you at westhamnetwork@gmail.com. And that's it, my ladies and gents. So take care, stay safe. What we got here? Russ, DJ Noble and Russ play all the 70s hits. Unbelievable. Anyway, as I said, nice to see you all. Nice to see you as always. Nathan Holland is going to replace Scott Twine, indeed, at MK Dons. And Dan Kemp's there as well. Big fan of Dan Kemp. I really thought he was going to make it. Bit too small, though. So take care and stay safe, wash your hands. Stay, like you said, cheeky, stay positive, stay hydrated, keep the faith. And if we get any news about a certain goalkeeper signing today, we'll bring it to you straight away. Bye.
It's like a family tree.